Hello everyone. Our today's topic is axially loaded reinforced concrete columns. A reinforced concrete column is said to be subjected to an axial load when the line of resultant thrust of load supported by the column is coincident with the line of CG of column in the longitudinal direction. Depending upon the architectural requirement and the loads to be supported, reinforced concrete column may be cast in various shapes such as square, rectangular, hexagonal, octagonal or circular. Columns of L shape or T shape are also sometimes used in multi-story buildings. The longitudinal bar in column helps to bear the load in combination with the concrete. These bars are uniformly spaced along the perimeter of the column as the near surface are permissible. The longitudinal bar are held in position by the transverse reinforcement or lateral binders. The binders prevent displacement of longitudinal bar during concreting operation and also check the tendency of their buckling outwards under the load. As per as 456/2000 clause number 39.1, there are many assumptions made while designing the axially loaded short column. First assumption is the maximum compressive strain in concrete in axial compression is taken as 0.002. Second assumption is the strain in concrete and steel are always equal. Third assumption is the column must be short. Fourth assumption is stresses in steel is governed by the characteristic stress-strain curve of steel in compression. The stress-strain curve of steel in compression is same as in tension. And last assumption is the maximum compressive strain at highly compressed extreme fiber in concrete subjected to axial compression and bending, and where there is no tension on the section shall be 0.0035 minus 0.75 times strain at least the compressed fiber. There are two equations given according to IS 456/2000. First equation is for equation for axially loaded tied column as per clause 39.3 of IS 456/2000. When the eccentricity does not exceed 0.05 times lateral dimensions, the member may be designed for the following equation. The equation is given by PU is equal to 0.4 FCK into AC plus 0.67 times Fy into ASC, where PU stands for factored axial load on the member, FCK is characteristic compressive strength of concrete, AC is area of concrete, Fy is characteristic strength of compression reinforcement, and ASC is area of longitudinal reinforcement for column. Second equation is given for axially loaded column with helical tiles. As per clause number 39.4 IS 456/2000, equation is given PU is equal to 1.05 times in bracket 0.4 FCK ASC plus 0.67 Fy into ASC. Let us take an example. Design an axially loaded column 400 mm by 450 mm pin at both ends with unsupported length of 3 mm for carrying axial service load of 2000 kN. Use M20 and Fe415. So given data is, we have given width of section is equal to 400 mm, D is equal to 450 mm, unsupported length of column is given which is 3 meters. We have given FCK 20 Newton per mm square. The given load which is working which is 2000 kilonewton. Fy is equal to 415 Newton per mm square, and we have to find AST, that is area of steel or reinforcement. Solution is, first step is to check the minimum eccentricity. So as per as 456/2000 clause number 25.4, E minimum is given by L by 500 plus D divided by 30. E minimum is 20 mm or 21 mm, whichever is greater. But E max is calculated by using formula 0.05 times D, which is 22.5 mm. Here E minimum is less than E max, then therefore the formula given for axial load is applicable. Now we have given a load which is working condition, we have to convert into factored load. So multiply given load by factor of safety, that is 1.5, we will get factored load. Next step is to calculate longitudinal reinforcement, which is given by PU is equal to 0.4 FCK into ASC plus 0.67 FY into ASC. We have gross cross sectional area AG, which is 450 by 400. With the help of formula, gross sectional area is equal to AC plus ASC, where AG stands for gross cross sectional area of section, AC stands for gross cross sectional area, and ASC is nothing but area of steel. With the help of this, we will get a value of ASC. By using 32 mm 5 bars, area of single bar is pi by 4 into 32 square. We will get 804.2 mm square. According to this, find out number of bars. Number of bars are given by area of steel divided by area of single bar. With the help of this, we get 7.2 in numbers, so round up to higher values, so we will get 8 number of bars. So provide 8 bars of 32 mm in diameter as an longitudinal steel. Now find out value of area of longitudinal steel which is to be provided. So area of longitudinal steel is calculated by 8 multiplied by pi by 4 into d square. Also find out percentage of steel which is provided. So percentage of steel is equal to ASC provided divided by P into D into 100. So PT provided is 3.6%, which is less than 6%, therefore OK. Accordingly, use cover of 40 mm. Find out steel spacing which is given by B minus 2 times cover minus diameter. We will get steel spacing. Last step is to find transverse steel. According to clause number 25.5.3.2, page number 49 of IS 456/2000, first clause is diameter of lateral tie should not be less than 1/4 of diameter of longitudinal bar. So 1/4 of 32 is equal to 8 mm. Second thumb rule is diameter of lateral tiles should not be less than 6 mm. So provide diameter of lateral tiles is equal to 8 mm. Next step is to find out spacing of lateral ties. So there are three conditions. Condition number 1 is least lateral dimensions, that is B is equal to 400. Second condition is 16 times diameter of longitudinal bar. Third condition is 300 mm. Choose whichever is smaller. Therefore, provide lateral ties of 8 mm 5 bar at 300 mm center to center. And last step is to draw detailing. Thank you.